implemented?
Yes, what they do is really divide the farmers with taxpayers' money. They want to get rid of 3,000 big nitrogen polluters. I don't know. I don't think that's the right word, but that's how the government sees them. And well, they give them a lot of money. So there are farmers who are receiving a lot of money, and they say, okay, for me it's acceptable. Then I quit my business. And there are, of course, other ones who wants to fight, but they are divided. They are not united anymore, and that's what they are doing. And the situation has become even worse because I'm a member of the European Parliament, and now there is a new law, a nature to restore nature. So that means first we had all this Natura 2000 areas where nature must be preserved. But with this new law that's coming from Brussels, that makes our complete country a Nature 2000 area. So there are farmers who are now, let's say, safe, but it's a matter of time, maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years, and they have the same problem. So the farmers really have to fight now.
What you just described to an American audience might be just shocking, because in the American context, we don't have any supranational body like the EU telling us, hey, you can't do something or you have to do something as much. So that is really shocking. Is there a pushback in the Netherlands against this type of globalist, not globalist, but the EU-centric body that just tells you like, hey, you're now all a nature area and you have to preserve what's there now. You have to keep the nitrogen level here forever, no matter how much industry you have. Is there any pushback in the country?
Well, our government is not willing to push back.
What about the people?
I think there is a lot of support for the farmers and also for the fishermen because they have the same problem. That's really ridiculous. This small fishers boats, they have to be removed, and they're coming. This big ships coming in, and if you compare this to you don't see the small fisher boat, but the fishermen all have to be removed. So it looks like they are really attacking our food chain, not only the farmers but also the fishermen, which is a part of our Dutch culture. And our government is not. It is a agenda to get rid of the farmers. They don't fight. The people support the farmers, but the problem is our mainstream media is they give a wrong picture of the situation, so people are not well informed.
Whenever I go to Holland or the Netherlands, I usually read the Dutch media. I Google Translate it, and I'm always amazed how the media paints it like in a very black-white. You have the farmers who are fighting the good climate policies, bad farmers, good climate policies, and it's like. But after speaking to I spoke to the farmers, I spoke to the scientists, I spoke to members of parliament, and I realized it's not so black and white. The farmers, they have technologies that they can use to reduce nitrogen.
Yeah.
The question of is too much nitrogen a bad thing is not even that clear, because it's just the Natura 2000 areas. More nitrogen is not bad. You just have more different trees, more different bushes, right? So it's like the media just seems to be gaslighting people into just going along with it and not questioning it. Is that an accurate assessment?
Yes, absolutely. Nitrogen is necessary for growing stuff, and they created a nature for themselves, a nature without trees, without plants, but only a few little small plants. But if you go back in history, the Netherlands was one big forest. Then in the 1700s, the population was growing. They needed wood. We built the ships to come to the United States, and we also built houses, and the people had to warm their houses. So a lot of these forests disappeared because people just burned it. Then these areas in the Netherlands became like a kind of desert, and that's what they called. This is the nature that we have to preserve. But it's really crazy. It's just a snapshot of the time that you want to see. And As a matter of fact, I'm 56. When I was young, we only had 2-3 kinds of birds in our garden, and and also in the water. And what I see now is all kinds of birds, maybe 20, 30 in the neighborhood where people live. Nature is, we did so good the last 40 years. Our farmers, since 1990, they reduced nitrogen with 66%. So that's a terrific job. But the farmers are to blame, because we have also the aviation industry, and that doesn't count. And that's crazy. We need the farmers. We are, after the United States, the second largest fruit producer of the world. Our farmers are really efficient. If we don't produce the food has to produce somewhere else. And the farmers there cannot do it as efficient as the Dutch farmers can. But if you really look saving the planet, then you have to look to the global situation. And if you replace our farmers, then it will be the same thing somewhere else, because we have 8 billion mouths to feed on this planet.